This episode is sponsored by Tesla Taxi. We're gonna go camping.
Yay!
In the Model 3. Yay! G'day, my name's Chris and I cover renewable technologies such as EVs, solar batteries and more. And this is my story along with my young girls on camping in the Tesla Model 3. Whilst a great experience, there were some learnings and well, please stick around and I hope you enjoy. Welcome everyone, my name is Chris and this is Caitlin and Amy. Hi. We have packed this car to the rafters for one night away in the Tesla Model 3 using the recently added feature to Australia of camping mode. Alright, so we're going to drive up to Euroa, which is about an hour and a half away, so I'll reset the odometer and see how we go with efficiency and range and all that sort of stuff. And then the place we're going to be camping at is about 20 minutes or so away from there. So we'll get some electricity in the superchargers and yeah, let's do this. Ready girls?
Yeah!
Let's go. We have arrived in Euroa and well, silly me, I actually thought there was a McDonald's near here because I promised the girls I'd take them there, but there isn't. So I've pulled into the Tesla supercharger anyway and so far we've arrived with 40% state of charge and we've consumed 146 watt hours per kilometre and that's 158.4 kilometers. All right, so what we'll do, we'll go to get dinner now because it's already like 7 o'clock at night. We'll come back here, get some electricity, and then we'll go to our camping site. I completely forgot that there was actually the ultra rapid chargers here by ChargeFox. So I've plugged it in and we can get some dinner, sustenance, energy, and we can keep on going because we actually need to go up the Hume Highway a bit further before we hang a big right.
Dad, I got this one out first. Dad?
Yeah?
I want it!
No. We had our dinner and the car's filled up to 90% again. I'll put the cost on screen now and let's compare that with petrol today, right? So right now, unleaded with no discount is $1.54.9 per litre. So yeah, let's put that on the screen. Assuming 7.5 litres per 100 Ks and yeah, how do the two compare? All right, what are you doing? All right, get in. Okay, we're ready to move on to the next section and I won't hold out any longer. We're going to Gorham Falls and yeah, that's what we're going to do a bit of camping. So let's reset everything again. Whoops, make sure I'm not resetting the wrong one. Yep, all right, that's fine. It's only 22 kilometers away and it's only going to take us 18 minutes and when we get there, we will have 83% state of charge, which will be plenty for overnight camping. All right, let's go. Okay, I'm confused. I shared from my Google Maps to Tesla the location of where we're going, and well, this ain't it. So I'm going to have a bit of a look online now and see if I can work this out. Back in a sec.
A few moments later.
Okay, I found the place where we're supposed to be going to, and it's Lima South. Now, it's another 40 minutes away, and when we arrive, we'll get there with 66% state of charge. Round trip back suggesting 52%. Getting nervous about the idea. So on the way, we actually passed a few different places. Why am I getting nervous? Just because using the car overnight, there'll be some battery drain. How much battery does camping mode use in Tesla Model 3? I've got no reception. Great, okay. Okay, let's just drive. We've decided we're going to go back to Euroa and we'll park by the superchargers, and we won't plug in. We'll see how we go. At least that way, if the worst comes to worst, we can just plug into the superchargers and no harm, no foul. We are back! We've been here before. Well, Amy's firmly asleep. We've got 38% battery remaining, and so what I plan to do is we'll charge the car whilst I actually get it ready for camping mode, just to give us that buffer so I don't have to worry about it overnight. And then we'll move to a little bit of a darker spot, because here where the Tesla superchargers are, there's actually quite a bit of light here, so not exactly conducive to a bit of sleep. What do you reckon, Caitlin?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't know if they can see you. Okay, all right, let's do this. This is where I hope this whole plan of mine works out. I've got an inflatable mattress that you normally have at a home. It's not designed for the Model 3 at all. And I think it's a double or maybe even a queen. And it might be too wide for the opening. So I'll inflate it to where I think it's safe. I'm not going to fully inflate it. And yeah, we'll see how we go. One little problem with the 3 bags we have plus my camera gear and the light, it's going to be very hard to actually fit us all in. Houston, we have a problem. It's inflating, but it seems to be getting to a point and not going past it, so I'm thinking there's actually maybe a small leak in it. I had a contingency in place just in case of this, so I'm going to put a doona down and I'm going to sleep on that, because it is actually a warm night. It's like 24 degrees right now. So we'll get away with just top sort of sheet on us. We're all ready for bed, but we've got to put camping mode on, don't we? So let's do this. Let's go camp. So the car will stay on until battery reaches 20%. Sentry mode, security alarm, and walk-away lock will be disabled. Good to know. Now, 21 degrees is probably a lovely idea. Now, as I understand it, we can leave a light on, and it will stay on for the whole night. No, no.
Night night.
Tomorrow for sure.
Okay, good morning. It's 8 a.m. Okay, I'm going to interrupt myself there because, well, I was tired, hadn't had a coffee yet, just woken up and wasn't thinking succinctly. So I'm going to put together all my tips and tricks and suggestions for making camping successful in the Tesla Model 3. All right, so first thing, that screen, you know, the 15.5 inch screen, it stays on with a cute little fireplace animation. So top tip, turn down the screen brightness if, you know, light affects you. Next thing, obviously the glass panoramic roof. It's awesome to look through at night time, but in the morning, the light comes in and you're going to be getting up. So maybe if you can, cover the cabin. I'll just leave that to you. That's neither here nor there. Being able to get to the front to adjust the climate is pretty damn hard, let me tell you, especially as an adult. Keep your mobile phone handy so you can actually just use your Tesla app to actually put the temperature up or down as you see fit. Having the climate on overnight did actually drain the battery by about 19%. So I'll put on screen now what that actually equates to in kilowatt hours. So for those who actually know what the battery pack size of their car is, you can kind of have a bit of a guesstimate as to how it's going to fare overnight. So because with our trip, I got range anxiety knowing that, well, camping mode will actually stop when it gets down to 20%. Okay, it deactivates sentry mode and alarms, but it also killed the environment. And when it was a warm night like it was last night, that could be a real deal breaker. Or in our perspective, our case, it would have meant that we would have struggled to get to the nearest rapid charger. Sure, I could have used plug me in and got a quick charge maybe at a caravan site, but nonetheless, I didn't want to have that stress with two little girls. Next top tip I've got to give you is that because the seats don't actually fold flat, you will sort of slide in to the boot, which is very much annoying. Happened to me all night and I kept on waking up and I was like squashed down almost fetal position style and it wasn't that comfy. And now, why is that? It's because it's my fault. I should have brought a mattress that actually fit the Tesla Model 3, either a foam one or a blow-up one. And yeah, I think the fact that I kept on going down into the boot, plus also coupled with the very hard back of the boot floor and the back of the seats, wasn't a good experience for me. In terms of fitting in adults and children, all that sort of stuff, one adult and two small kids, kind of okay. I think maybe realistically only two people would be a better fit for this car. Be it adults or kids, whatever you want to mix it up like. But nonetheless, yeah, having three of us in there was, I don't know, it was okay, just okay. Would I have done that for the second night? Probably not. Would have driven me mad.
Cool. Hey, Nicki. We're at a beautiful location and it's lovely. Waking up to the sky up above. I think the potential here is awesome. I think if we did it right. So next time, will we do this again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think next time, yeah, we'll definitely get a proper mattress and a bit better planning, Chris. Okay, let's pack up and go and have some brekkie.
Breakfast is done and that was quite nice. Now we're gonna head home. I've got 68% battery remaining, so navigation is suggesting we're gonna arrive with 22%. So I might as well just go home and fill up for free using the sun. And wrapping up a few thoughts on consumption and costs, well, the awesome thing about this trip is that because you got your Tesla Model 3 or whatever Tesla you actually have, because you can do this in a S, X or 3, you basically, your camping costs are tiny. We used $10 of ultra rapid charging, and then we got the free charging from the Tesla superchargers because of, you know, the referral code. And oh, by the way, you want to use my referral code? Use the one down below. Cheers. But nonetheless, yeah, $10 of rapid charging from ChargeFox, and I calculated the cost for this trip to be, from our electricity at home, if I had to actually fill up with our electricity, which is 100% renewable, so I've included here the daily charge as well as our kilowatt charge, it costs $16.38 if I was to charge for this entire trip from home, there and back, okay? So $26 roughly in costs. The same trip, an internal combustion engine with a 7.5 litre economy would have cost us $56. Yeah, and well, obviously not all cars you can camp in, can you? Because you don't want to be running an internal combustion engine overnight because of, well, carbon dioxide poisoning. Yeah, do not do that. Do not. Okay? Good news for those people who got angry at my last story about the range of the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus in Australia, because, well, Tesla Australia uses the NEDC method. This trip we actually got a lot better. 387 kilometers of range if I top this little puppy up to 100% and driven that last leg of our journey back, okay? So that was basically a 133 watt hours per kilometer method, yeah. And I'll put on the screen now how you actually calculate that if you want to find out what your range and economy is like on your Tesla. Okay, so look, hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe if you enjoyed it. Consider joining me on Patreon, and otherwise, you be good and be green. This episode was made possible with Tesla Taxi. If you have a Tesla or you want to try a Tesla in Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, ACT and South Australia, check the website for more details.